What's the scariest thing a family member has ever told you? I was 25 when my dad pulled me aside at our family barbecue. He waited until everyone was distracted by my uncle's stupid magic tricks, then grabbed my arm and said we needed to talk, right now. We walked to his truck and he locked the doors. His hands were shaking. He looked me dead in the eyes and said the woman inside wasn't my mother. She hadn't been for 3 years. I laughed because what else do you do when your dad says something crazy like that? But he didn't smile back. He pulled out his phone and showed me a video from our security camera. It was from 3 years ago, the night my mom had her car accident, the one where she was in a coma for 2 weeks. In the video, I watched paramedics wheel someone out on a stretcher. But here's the thing. They wheeled out 2 stretchers that night. One went to the ambulance. The other went to a black van I'd never seen before. My dad zoomed in on the second stretcher. It was my mom, the real one, and she was awake, fighting them. The woman who came home from the hospital 2 weeks later looked exactly like her. Same face, same voice, even the same little scar on her eyebrow from when she fell off her bike as a kid. But my dad said things were different. She didn't remember our inside jokes. She cooked foods she used to hate. She was left-handed now instead of right. I told him he was having a breakdown, maybe seeing things because of stress. But then he showed me more videos. The woman would leave the house at 3 a.m. sometimes. She'd drive to this warehouse on the edge of town and stay for exactly 1 hour, every Tuesday and Friday, like clockwork. He followed her once. Through the window, he saw other people who looked familiar. Our old neighbor, who supposedly moved to Florida. My high school teacher who died in a fire. All sitting in a circle, not talking, just staring at each other. Why didn't you call the cops? I asked. He laughed, but it was bitter. I did. Officer Martinez came to check. Remember him? Used to coach your little league team? Well, guess who's been making those same 3 a.m. trips for the past year? My hands went cold. I looked back at the house where my fake mom was serving potato salad and laughing at my uncle's dumb jokes. She must have felt us watching because she turned and looked right at me. Then she smiled and waved. That's when I noticed it. When real mom waved, she used her whole hand. This woman just moved her fingers, keeping her palms still, like she learned how to wave from watching videos. My dad grabbed my shoulder. There's more of them every week. Teachers, doctors, checkout clerks. They're replacing people, starting with ones who won't be missed. But now they're getting bolder. Last month, the mayor's wife had a minor surgery. Guess who's making those warehouse trips now? I wanted to run, to grab my sister and get out. But dad shook his head. Your sister knows. She figured it out before me. That's why she really left for college early. But you and me were stuck. They know we know. The moment we try to leave town or tell anyone outside, we'll have our own accident. So what do? He started the truck. We pretend. We smile. We act like the perfect family, and we wait. For what? For them to make a mistake. They're getting sloppy. Too many people disappearing. Someone outside will notice soon. He looked at me. Until then, you call that thing mom and hug her goodnight. Because the second they realize we're not playing along anymore, he didn't finish. He didn't have to. We walked back to the party. Mom handed me a burger, and I took it with a smile. She touched my cheek, and her hand was too cold. Everything okay, sweetie? Yeah, Mom. Everything's perfect. She held my stare for 3 seconds too long. Then she went back to hosting, and I went back to pretending my mother wasn't buried somewhere while her copy lived in our house. That was 6 months ago. We're still pretending, still waiting, and every morning I check the mirror to make sure the person looking back is still me.